So many of us use life situations as secret, sneaky ways to not be on our own side. What I mean by this is that quite often I hear phrases like, I will do it when things calm down a little bit, or I've just got to get over this bit, and then I will look at that thing. And that thing being there's something that's good for me, there's something I want to do, there's something which feels like it might be nurturing or nourishing to the soul. And I don't think that a lot of people realize that this is perfectionism. I think that quite a lot of people think that perfectionism is getting everything right all of the time. And I think that perfectionism is kind of the opposite. Perfectionism, in a way, is a cute little shop front for procrastination. Perfectionism tells you that everything has to be completely lined up or you can't take any action at all. You can't move on until you have tied up all of these beautiful little bows, until everything is exactly where it should be. And by making sure that we keep ourselves stuck in this trap of it's not good enough yet, we are keeping ourselves secretly safe from having to take any risks by doing the next thing or doing something new or expanding our reach and grip of the possibilities that are in front of us. Perfectionism is not actually getting things perfect at all. Perfectionism is the trap of telling yourself that everything needs to be absolutely right or you can't move on. And the reason that that can be a problem is because these ideal situations are actually a fantasy. There's probably very few times in your life where you can think that everything is exactly where it should be in an exact alignment and everything has been done absolutely to the T. We're always expanding and growing, and everything is in flux and moving around us. There are actually very few ideal conditions. Quite often we have to go, okay, this is as good as we're doing for now. Let's go. Let's take that next step. One of my favorite things that I have really leaned into over the last few years is be minus and out the door. Just get things done and then start building is always going to be better than waiting for everything to be absolutely perfect before you launch it out into the world. I think if I had been waiting for everything to be perfect, I never would have started self-care school. I certainly would never have taken the risk at calling myself a photographer after spending so many years telling myself I'm not technically good enough to be called a photographer. And I wouldn't have done so many things that have turned into incredible adventures in my life. The idea that you need to get everything right puts an awful lot of onus on you being able to control everything around you and everything in the environment. And I just don't see that that is ever possible. It's something that I see come up quite a lot when people come to me for photo shoots. They're like, or not come to me for photo shoots. They're like, oh, when I've lost a little bit of weight, or when this thing calms down, or when I just get over this work thing, then I'll have this photo shoot that I really want and I really know would be good for me and I would really like to have, but I can't do it yet because the circumstances aren't right. And actually, you have to choose for the circumstances to be what you want rather than for the circumstances to be this fantasy ideal of perfect for you to take a gamble on yourself. I believe that you are always worth taking a gamble on. That is how we have some of the most incredible adventures that most of us have ever experienced in our lives. Waiting for things to be perfect is a very valid form of self-protection, but that is what it is. It's self-protection. It's trying to keep you from the discomfort of stretching yourself, expanding yourself, learning new things, and doing things that just feel out of the ordinary. So next time you catch yourself telling yourself that everything needs to be exactly perfect before you can move on, or you just need things to be in the right place before you can do that thing that you want to do, just notice what you're doing to yourself there. Because once you've noticed it, you can make an active choice if it's something you want to carry on doing. In the show notes and over at Self Care School, I've got some really useful free workbooks on how to make decisions, how to do things more clearly. And you can book a free coaching call with me there. You can hop on if you have a decision or something that you are wanting to make and you're just feeling a bit confused as to where that next step might be. You can hop on a free coaching call. We can whiz through it and try and look at some solutions for you in under 15 minutes. And you can get an experience as to what it might be like to have someone being able to ask you the questions that help you to identify your own answers. That's what coaching's about. It's not about telling you what to do. It's about helping you navigate back to your own truth. That is what we do inside Self-Care School. And I would love to support you with whatever's going on in your life. You don't have to wait for it to be perfect for you to book that call. I hope that this has been some useful musings for you this week, and I'll speak to you next week.